There's a really great section in our last podcast, so we clipped it out and want to share it with you guys separately here.
We're going to talk about what the home office deduction represents. It's not the dollar amount. It represents at the heart what a small business owner feels entitled to.
If you were out in corporate America, your big corporation, right? That office that the CEO's sitting in, that's getting expense, that's getting written off. But here's one of the things that's interesting about the home office deduction. It doesn't actually show up in your business bank account as an expense. It's one of those areas you've got to think of and go find. And a lot of accountants are missing it. They're just looking at, oh, let me see your bank statements and let me see your P&L. I don't see a rental payment on this or an expense because it's in your home. But just because you didn't write a check out of your business account to go pay a rent or lease doesn't mean you don't get the home office deduction. We will talk about how you take it here. We're going to get into some of the options and the methods, of course. We want to make sure you understand how to use this. Any of you business owners, any Main Street Tax Pro is on their list to make sure that the client's taking it and to know also the different ways you can get it. Because there are a couple like nuances to this, the administrative exception. There are a couple layers that need to be peeled back. I think for any of you business owners, I think finding a good tax advisor is critical. For the tax advisors, listen to your tax accountants, get smart on this stuff. It's a much more enjoyable way to be a tax accountant or a lawyer, whatever you are out there.
Yeah, totally. And if you're a business owner, you have to stand up for yourself. And I'll say it right now. If your advisor is saying the home office is too risky or they don't qualify, you've got to get a second opinion. Remember, you are the captain of your own ship. You've got to take control of your tax strategies. Doesn't mean you have to do them. Doesn't mean you have to be an expert. You just have to know that they're there. How do I qualify, Matt?
Well, you got to be self-employed. First of all, you got to have a business. So for those of you who are like, well, I got a job and I work from home. I'm a W-2 employee. That's not home office. If you're a small business owner that just has the business at home, the side hustle, you're doing consulting, or maybe you've got the rental property, you don't have a brick and mortar place. But we do run across a lot of doctors, dentists, lawyers, real estate agents, like all these people that are like, well, we do have an office and I'll meet customers there, meet my patients there, do my business there, but I'm also working from home. We all know that as small business owners. It's not just the 9 to 5 you're in the office, it's the stuff you're doing at home too.
And the important part here is the home office also unlocks the auto deduction. Because once you have a little small home office, even 15 square feet, now when I jump in my truck or my car to run errands to Staples and Home Depot and Best Buy and Apple Store, that's not commuting anymore. That's a write-off from my office to a business location. But the home office unlocks so many other write-offs.
There are the different methods here, so we know what qualifies.
Yep.
I mean, this could be the administrative exception, or this is the principal place of business. There's different ways to calculate this, and you can get into like an actual method where you're calculating this and how large of a space is this, and you're tracking all the stuff that goes into the cost of this, whether you're renting or owning. You can be writing those things
And it can be cumbersome. That's kind of the regular method.
Yeah.
And so about 8 years ago, the IRS said,
let's just make an easy one. If you want to opt into this, you don't have to. We'll give you the simplified method. Essentially where the simplified method ends up at is you get $5 a square foot to a maximum of 300 square feet. That gives you a $1,500 deduction. And you can be like, I'm going to take that. I'll grab it easy peasy. And for a lot of people, I think that works. Now, you might be like Steve Jobs, starting Apple computers, like that garage is more than 300 square feet.
Yeah.
I'd like to get a little more bang for my buck. And I have a lot more costs and stuff in there. We're building computers. So there's a lot of electrical stuff going in there. Utility usage, whatever it may be. You can go actual. Real estate investors too. We're talking to you too. I don't want you to think you have to have this as an actual operating business. And we talk about our trifecta. It's on the left side. This is, your real estate investors should be taking it too. Even if you got one rental property, you should still be taking this. And I presume you are working from home. And even you're thinking about building your portfolio and all this stuff. We want to take this home office deduction too, even for you real estate investors.
Okay, now one other unlocking type benefit of this is not only the auto deduction, but it's also the kind of equipment, tools, supplies deduction. Because when you start to outfit your home office, that's not the building or the lease you're paying off. You've got now equipment in your home office. And by the way, you may be building your little YouTube studio in the home. Matt and I both have studios in our home. So we've got our little YouTube studio, we got tripods and cameras and computers and laptops and iPads. Well, where are you gonna put all that stuff? In your home office.
This is all deductible on top of the home office deduction.
Yes.
It's not included in it. This is on top of it. So excellent point there. And I was even think, as you're rattling some of that stuff, I'm like, I don't think I expensed some of that stuff I threw in the home office. The tax code here is available to everyone to use in the same. We all get to choose how we want to use it. Are we going to use it to our advantage and learn the rules and strategies? Doing the same thing in our business. You're already working from home. You're already having employees and customers over at your home for an event or an activity where you're taking use of your home rather than renting something out at a conference room or a boardroom or some other conference center. Let's take the tax benefit of it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back, of course, next week, always giving you excellent strategies on how to save taxes, protect your assets, build wealth. We'll see you next time.
I hope you found value in that video and took something away from there that can help you on your wealth building journey. Make sure you're subscribed though to the channel because I got tons of information I want to share with you to make it easier, faster to build wealth. We'll see you next time.